Hello everyone, welcome to day 158 of playing chess every day for a year. Let's find the game. We're starting as white here, so same move as always. And we can go into our Italian. They just push. I don't like this line, the knight can take. But I mean, I could just... pinning doesn't work, it just loses a piece. I'll just take. I don't like this line, but... So I really don't like trading my light squared bishop off. I think it's always just a bad move. I could just slowly develop this bishop. Could go for this, but then they just kick me away. And I don't want to give up this dark squared bishop as well. I'll go into this line now. I'll just simplify. Develop the knight with tempo. They pin. I can simply just unpin and then castle. If this move, I just take. The queen is hanging now. The queen must move. Queen just goes back one square. So now I have this move, targeting the queen. But if I play this move, the bishop's also hanging. So here, I'm attacking two pieces. They would have taken with check though. Here looks like a good move, it just forces trades. But here, they have no checks. The queen is hanging, they have to move the queen. And then I just simply take the bishop and go back. I do like this move. My king isn't castled, but that's fine. Here if they take the bishop first, and here they can take the bishop first with check. Then I take with the queen. Then I'd have to go back with the knight. Could just go back to the same square, so I'm fine with that. Opening up an attack on the bishop now as well. Although taking the bishop would actually be a blunder. So they take... I could take with my knight and just have two strong knights controlling the center. Or I could take with the queen and look to develop. I think I'll take with the queen. If they push, I can actually take because my queen is defended. My opponent's queen is hanging. I could take, and if they take, could pin the knight, but then my own knight would hang. But so would theirs. I'm seeing that I can take because they take this pin, but then they can always push, which is not good. I'll just castle for now. They do have. I should be very careful about any knight moves they might have, but they don't play any. I'll just take the open file for now with my rook. Not the open file, the e file, which is very strong. The knight jumps in. I could take with this knight or with this knight. This knight is very weak, so I'll take with this knight. Taking with this knight, the queen can take, but the knight takes, so no. Although taking here, the queen takes, doesn't work at all. Take this way. They push, they don't push. So I could go for this move. I could take, and if the queen takes, I don't have any tactics, so no. I can just simply push here and have pressure on this. Could also develop here. And if the queen moved, this seems like a strong move. The queen cannot go to this file at all. Then the queen would just move to this side of the board. And then my knight doesn't really have any good squares to go to. I'd like to improve my pieces. Don't know how to. Maybe at this move. This move comes with the threat of potentially. Well, I do see that my rook cuts off this file, so if I go here, it seems dangerous. I'm attacking multiple areas of the board. My rook is very strong. I'm attacking this. This move seems good, but then I just take, so it doesn't work. This move, I just take. Oh, that's a weak move, I think. If I take, maybe they have this as the idea. So if I took and they played this, I could play this, and then this would be hanging. So here, if they played this, I could play this, but they could just move the queen simply, and my knight would be very bad. Just simply take with the queen. I have the pressure here on the open files, so the queen does take. The bishop develops, stopping me from coming here, giving a check. I think the simplest way to play this would be to double up my rooks, so I'll simply bring my rook up, bring the other one, and infiltrate. So they want to trade off the pieces. I will attack them instead. This move doesn't work. They can trade off one of my rooks, but then I'm the one who comes in. King steps over to protect. It's a good move. I mean, I can go for a knight sacrifice. So I do have my threats here. I'm looking to sacrifice a knight to win me a rook. I'm quite sure that would work. I'd be up a rook for a bishop. They kick me. I was thinking I just have this move because if the king takes, this move forces the rooks to take and then I lose a piece, so it doesn't work now. But so takes to so takes, king takes. I have no more checks. It's very annoying. Don't want to have to take. I don't see where else my knight can develop apart from outside the board. If the king ever moves, I just take the rooks, so that seems weakening. If they ever push, I just slide up here. Or even here, trying for this. I can go for this. It does weaken the area around my king, but that's fine. They do decide to take. I could take with the rook or with the pawn. I actually have a choice now. I think with the rook's better. It just keeps this pawn secure. Or more secure. And they go after my knight. I see the problem. I just trapped my knight. The point of that move was to trap my knight. I can win it back. Well, not win it back. I can win a pawn. Sacking the knight is the only move here. I don't have any checks. The king just runs. Sack the knight for pawn. The pawn takes. I can come in and win this. Have tempo on this. And take this with tempo on the bishop. The rook protects. So, I mean, put my pieces on the dark squares is the best idea that I have against the light squared bishops. So, that's what I'm going for. The king ever steps here, it's a blunder because of this. So check if the king steps here. Well, now I don't really have check because if the king takes, this is no check. Check king takes, I have nothing there. Could develop this way, but that's very dangerous with the rook. I can just take the open file and try and win this pawn. I have nothing else to do really. I will develop my... Maybe I'll just threaten to push this pawn. The bishop can always come here. Or even here. To attack my pawns. A bishop here seems like a good move, but it does hang this. And I'd probably need to get behind the pawn instead of in front of it, but it's still good to advance the pawn. And my opponent really can't let me just develop on this side of the board. The bishop goes there, which is very interesting. If I can't push now, I can prepare a push, which is very good. That does just hang this pawn though. And if they go here, I do see a big threat around my king, so I think I need to actually... If I take, I think after this move, my king is completely boxed in. My king would only have... After I take, if they played this move and my king goes here, they can go here and give me many checks. This is a dark square. This is very risky. Taking this is a huge risk. If I take, they have the immediate checkmate threat. But if I just step here after this move, I don't see what they can do. They can come in to attack my pawns and be very annoying, but I'd be able to win these. I don't see any mate on this back rank. If I go here, I have to play king f1. King f1. This check doesn't win anything. The idea was just to give this mate on this rank, but so I do give that check. Luckily for me, it doesn't pick up any pawns, so I could step here. But stepping there is a huge blunder. I think it walks into a mating net. My king's escape is always covered, so if I step here though, my king can run this way, but I have to run my king to safety this way. This move, I go here. Because all my pieces are on dark squares, I mean my opponent can't win any pawns here. Even if they go to c4 with the bishop, it's defended. They choose to go there. Now this move does win this, but I think I'm okay. They come in. I can simply take this with check and they take. Pushing now seems strong as well. Pushing now actually seems very strong. They can't come in to... They cannot come in to stop the pawn. I think pushing now is the best option. Even this doesn't work. They give a check. I can actually run the king though. With after check, so... Stop anything on this. There's also no checks with the rook now. They take a pawn. I can simply push, but then they are pushing as well. Could go to win this. If they push, I take with check. I can always drop back to defend. I'm going for this move. The king can run. They're threatening to take here, but I take with check. They are trying to take here. I can step here to defend. So I think I push here, but then they give a check. But then I can just step away. So I'm actually happy to push. If they push, it's actually not so good for me. But so they could just pick up that pawn. I think they have to push here. They actually choose to. Wow. So if I push, they can't even play here. Wow, if I push, what did they do? How did they stop the pawn? They can't play here. If I push, I think they've blundered. Oh, I just blundered completely. Such a silly move. I just lose my advantage. I have to get behind the pawns now. It's so silly. They can't push because they'll blunder. I can blockade the pawn, but then they come in here. I'm just going for this. My king stopping any rook infiltrations. They have a skewer. It's very, very annoying. But I guess I have check. I have check and I can just simply push. And I can also pick up this pawn. Unless they go here. So I'll simply choose to push now. I could come in, but then they just defend. I'm going for push. They can't push because I simply take. They could attack the pawn and then I have to play this. And the rook comes in. I can threaten to take here, but... So I can't actually come behind the pawn now. I can step here, and if they target my rook, I step here. I don't think they can push. Well, now they can push, but... I think that's a blunder because I have this. They can't push, they have to move the king. And then I can take with check. They do have this, but then I block. They defend. I can target the bishop. My pawn's defended now. They do have a check, but I just step away. If they push, the bishop's hanging right now, has to move. Could probably go here. I can get behind the king to target the king, but... Okay, so now I think they're just helping me develop. I mean, they are 3 squares from promotion, and I'm further away, but... If I step here, they can just push, but then I have this move. And this move also gives a rook check, forcing my king here. Although I simply go here. If they give a check, I step here. They give a check, that just helps my king in. They find that check, but I have this. If here I go here, they simply step there. I have to threaten promotion at all times. If I push, they can simply go here. But then my piece is on the light squares and the dark squares, so they go there. I can step here. I mean, I don't see what else I have. Could go here. It seems winning. They simply step there. I think I have to make room for my rook to be able to come back to defend. So yeah, I think I just actually step my king up. Could push. They go here. I go have this move. But I think that loses because they just have so much pressure. So if I push, I have checks now and ways to get to the back rank, but I don't have infinite checks at the moment. I only have 1 check and I can't stop promotion. If I push they queen, I push. They definitely must have. They must have a checkmate somewhere, but maybe my rook will be able to come in to save me. This is complex. I think I'm actually losing. They give a check first. I mean, I must run my king to safety. But then I run my king, they promote. I can throw away a rook. Although no. If I step here, they can promote. But then I check the king. And the king only has 2 squares, so I go here. They promote. I have check. The king cannot step anywhere here. The king must go here. Then my king's wide open. I have to run this way. They promote. Can give a check, but I think I'm just losing. Stay queen. I need to protect my king. Desperately. Here they have this check, then I go here. I have to run my king, I don't see what else I have. They also have bishop checks, which just look devastating actually, and lose me the game. They even have this check with the queen. And my king. Yeah, I'm completely lost now. So they give that check. If I step here, they have this. Wow, I'm completely losing. I think I have to block here with the rook. If they find bishop check, I'm actually lost though. After bishop check, I have to stand here. I mean, using the piece to defend. Oh, now I've lost. I've completely lost now. I step here, they take with check. I step here. I mean, I have nothing else. I'm just losing. It's completely lost. Maybe there was a way to win this. There is a bishop check, but that still loses. They can promote. I mean, if I push, it doesn't do anything. So I've completely lost, and I'll resign. This is even a move. So yeah, they just do this. They didn't fall for stalemate. Although here, yeah, I don't have any stalemate traps at the moment. If they take, I could go here. But then I still have squares to go. I'll just go here. My king only has this square to go to, I think, and this. I'll choose to go to this one. I've lost him. I think I could have had a way to win. I think I was actually winning and blundered. They're trying not to stalemate, but I just step here. Then they have this, they even have this. If they go here, that's actually a blunder. It's not stalemate. It is stalemate. Wow. Rook. No. I was thinking of something else. It's checkmate. Let's look at this game. I played with a 78.8, my opponent with 84.2. And no, I wasn't winning at any point. I was actually completely lost for most of this game. I had 3 mistakes this game, my opponent had 2. Let's look at this. I know taking the knight is not good for me. It's just the simplest way to play for me. I won a pawn here and I was actually better. And this was the point where I had the biggest advantage, +2 for me. Threatening to sack a knight here. That was wrong, I actually had to just trade everything down, I think. But then I'd have a check, but nothing else, so I'm not sure. Maybe the computer wanted me to go this way. So takes, king takes, and go after these pawns maybe. Knight e3 is best, just back, really. I thought if they played something like this, that would give me this. But then they could play a6, and I'd take here, and then my knight's actually trapped, so I can't take that. It's not trapped, they have no way of attacking it, but I could probably free my knight with a move like this. It's complicated, and then I actually missed that after knight h6, my knight gets trapped by f5. So this was a miss, I had to target this pawn immediately to free my knight. Actually, throwing the king's pawn forward like this looks so weird to open up the bishop. It looks like such a strange move. It's actually the only thing I have though, to free my knight. So they trade, and they actually trap my knight. Sacrificing the knight for a pawn is the only move, because I can win the pawn back. And I'm actually winning here. But I had to develop my king early on. I shouldn't have pushed, I should have just developed my king to save square. I actually had to go back here to attack the bishop. Taking was a mistake because... Well, I actually had to step this way, which looks crazy. I would not have played this because this looks so dangerous for me. I guess c4 is the only bishop c4 is the only move that works. Going for tempo, but this looks like a crazy move because once the bishop moves, I guess there is no threat right now. There's no check with the bishop, so that would work. But I run my king the other way. I actually had to go to the back rank here because there's never any mates there, and my king would defend. And then I had one huge blunder this game. This was my worst move by far. My only move here was b4. Instead I push, which just gives a free pawn. b4 just advances. So they win the pawn. Now they're up 2 pawns and I'm completely lost. So my biggest mistake this game was actually pushing before bringing my other pawns together. It just lets the rook win the material back. And I thought here I had some chances maybe to win. Felt like I played all the right moves, but... So I lock up their rook. I actually had to start pushing here now. Which looks so weird because I thought I have to free up my rook to defend the back rank. But actually I had to push here. Because I win the race. I'd win the race. They'd have to now give me many checks. And that would be very weird. Instead I just let them come into my position and there was nothing I could do. G3 was a mistake, but King E1 was also a mistake. So that's it for today guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you tomorrow.